It doesn't really matter what form Manchester United and what form Liverpool are in going into a game at Anfield. It's always a big game. Liverpool currently 10 points behind United in the league. United currently the League Cup champions, flying high. Momentum is going through every vein of this football team. Does form go out of the window? I wouldn't say out of the window. But this game on Sunday, I'm nervous. You're nervous. Everybody's nervous because it's a big game. Last season, they pumped us 9-0 on aggregate. We've already beaten them at Old Trafford this season. I want Ten Hag and this team, and Casemiro, I'm looking at you in particular. Can we dish some revenge up? This is going to be my prediction, my starting 11 video. Make sure you drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new. But it was that game at Old Trafford early this season that kick-started the resurgence. It was after Brighton and Brentford. United didn't go into it in form. Great win. Sancho and Rashford scoring goals in that game. Will they start? I'll speak about it in a second. But Liverpool right now, they are currently 10 points behind us in the league. They're in 6th. Man United up there in 3rd. But you can see Liverpool's form has improved in recent weeks. A 2-0 win over Wolves. Obviously, that game was absolutely abysmal, the 0-0 against Palace. But a couple of wins before them. Liverpool have had their major wobble. You could say they're still having it with the Real Madrid game, with the Palace game. They're up and down. They're nowhere near the sort of consistent team that they were last year. And United are coming into this League Cup champions off the back of knocking Barcelona out, off the back of an 8-game period in February where we won 6 and we drew 2, off the back of coming from behind to beat West Ham to win 2-1, off the back of scoring 2 or more goals in 12 consecutive games. This team is absolutely flying. Klopp said this, look, he's trying his best to try and deflate the bubble. Oh, it's obviously not a team built for the next 20 years. No, mate, no team's ever built for the next 20 years. What a strange thing to say. But he is right for the fact that winning the League Cup isn't where you celebrate. Ten Hag's already said that himself. And that's what we have going into this game. The context supports United. We're in form. Liverpool are strange and suffering. I think that's the best way to describe them. But you can't go into this just full of confidence and we haven't won at Anfield in the league, if I'm correct, since Wanfield. And that was back in 2015. Now, this is a team that started against West Ham in the FA Cup on Wednesday. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that there's going to be plenty of changes. One that of course, David De Gea comes back in goal. He's been making some seriously cracking saves for United in his last few weeks. I hope we don't have to rely on him. But the fact of the matter is, Liverpool will be dangerous. Liverpool will create chances. So De Gea is going to have a scorcher of a game if we're going to come away with the result we want. I am looking forward to seeing these two back in defence. And for United to go to Anfield with a centre-back partnership that I feel is genuinely capable of properly competing with this team, with Liverpool. I can't see where these players are. There's so many players down here. Martinez, you're coming in there. Varane, you are coming in there. I love these two. I've told you that trio of Varane, Martinez and Casemiro has been so crucial to United this season. And they're going to be crucial again. Martinez, it depends how, you know how Liverpool are going to play. They always play in the same way. Gakpo, would he be... Actually, maybe they don't play in the same way this season. They have massively changed, kind of switched to a bit of a 4-4-2 on occasions. Salah's kind of finding his form. Either way, Martinez and Varane, everyone's going to have to bring their A game. And I'll tell you someone who's really, really crucial for whether or not we get a result on Sunday. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, we don't know whether he's going to be... I think he was missing with illness or is it sickness for the West Ham game. I think he would have been rested anyway. But I'm hoping that we can see Luke Shaw down here. And that's both from an attacking and defensive point of view. Because this left-hand side here is going to be where we cause Liverpool real threats and dangers. Because Trent is going to be running down there trying to have a good time going forward. He will leave space in behind. And I think Luke Shaw is going to be a crucial player if we're going to get a result on Sunday. And I think if you're looking at the opposite flank, you're looking at Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. You've got to say that Dalot, since he's come back from his injury, it's been a bit strange. His form's kind of... He's definitely not come back from the World Cup in the same sort of form. So I would probably be starting... I never thought I'd be saying this a few months ago. I would be starting Wan-Bissaka at Anfield. Both from the... United have got to go into this first half. The main focus is to not concede, to make sure that we're... Yeah, it's a game of two halves, I think. Anfield, with the crowd, they're going to be G'd up. They're going to be so up for it. They're going to be explosive in the first 15, 20. We have to stay defensively resolute. and then start building in the other 70 minutes of the game. I think Wan-Bissaka starts this. I don't think Dalot's form is good enough to knock Wan-Bissaka out of the team. You can let me know what you think in the comments. But that would be my defence. I'll go for David De Gea, Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka as the fullbacks, with Varane and Martinez as the two centre-backs. The majority of them pick themselves on form and how good they are. And we move into midfield and we look towards the main man for this game. I've said it a few times this season now. It's kind of unfair to put so much pressure on an individual's shoulders, but I don't think it's unfair to Casemiro. I think it's a compliment to how good he is, how much he's transformed this team, and how much belief we all have in him as fans. He's the leader of this team on this pitch now. He might not be the captain by armband, but he's the captain by example. And we need him to have a strong game. We're going to have to be massively resolute in defensive transitions, bringing the ball out from the back, making sure that he's always an option for Varane and Martinez, because Liverpool are going to be pressing us. We know what's going to happen. Casemiro's got to try and calm that down. So McTominay drops straight back to the bench and Casemiro comes in. And I think there's a really interesting conversation, debate to be had about who partners him in midfield. This is my prediction for the game. I think we'll see Sabitzer stay there, and I think we'll see Fred stay on the bench. Now, the reason I'm saying that is I think for this first half, Ten Hag's going to be looking at this and going, how can we stay as resolute in defence as possible? And I think Sabitzer ticks more boxes there than Fred does. Fred's much better in this area of the pitch rather than this area of the pitch. First half, we have to make sure we've got it all covered back here. And that's why I would start Sabitzer and then bring Fred on from the bench. And he's got 6 goals since November, the same as Chelsea as a football club. It's embarrassing for them. Bring him on from the bench. I think Fred makes an impact towards the second half of this game, more so than Sabitzer does. So that's why I would start Sabitzer in midfield with Casemiro. Now, I'd say there's so many questions to be asked about the structure of United in attack. Where does Bruno play? Does he play in the number 10? Does he play on that right wing? This is my prediction. I think we'll see pretty much what we saw away at the Nou Camp. I think we'll see Bruno come into that number 10 role. And I think, no, sorry, not number 10 role. Bruno out on the right wing and Weghorst dropping into that number 10 role. I hope that Jurgen Klopp regrets this in the same way that Xavi regretted calling Bruno the Portuguese guy. That Dutch fella, Weghorst, has been so good as a team player for Manchester United. And I think away at Anfield, it's a very similar. It's not, no, nothing compares to United playing at Anfield. But I think he'll operate in a similar sort of role. I think with Weghorst there, he'll be the link-up man. He'll be the person with those balls in behind. Bruno out on the right wing, causing problems to Robertson and firing crosses in. I think we'll see the man himself go up front. And look, Rashford, even Klopp's trying to compliment. He's having to compliment Rashford now. It's pretty much impossible to be happy about something at United. But I'm really happy about Rashford. And he probably won't be happy about Rashford on Sunday. By the way, congratulations to Marcus Rashford, who has been named Manchester United's Player of the Month for February, making it 3 in a row for him. Make it 3 on Sunday, Rashford, with a little cheeky hat-trick. But I think that Rashford starts through the middle with Weghorst behind him and Bruno out on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, Garnacho started against West Ham. I would start Garnacho here at Anfield. Not just on form. Not just the fact that he was that match winner, the guy who took it upon his shoulders and was fantastic against West Ham. But again, what I said at the start of the video, this left-hand side is going to be Liverpool's weakness because of Trent going forward. And I think the directness of Garnacho over the intricacy of Sancho will suit Man United in this first half. Whereas we might try and be a little bit more resolute defensively down here, we want to have that threat in attack. That front three of Garnacho, Bruno and Rashford, that means that we can bring on Anthony, we can bring on Sancho, we can bring on Fred. Game-changing substitutions, I would say. And no team across Europe's top 5 leagues has scored more goals than United from the bench with 20. Predict another one on Sunday. Speaking of predictions. United are banging form. Liverpool, they're coming into better form than they have been this season. I'm going to go for a score draw. I'm going to go for 2-2. And I hope United get a result. If we get a result, it's probably going to be because of that man there or that man there. They are our two main focal points in terms of goals and in terms of how this team plays. But with Martinez in defence there alongside Varane, we've got a bit of confidence. With Casemiro there, we've got mega confidence. Luke Shaw in and Garnacho on the left there will cause Trent problems all day long. But Salah will cause us problems. Gakpo's getting some goals now. Liverpool are dangerous. United definitely have a threat. This won't be a 4-0 pasting. And after 9-0 last year, man, I want United to get some revenge. We beat them earlier at Old Trafford this season. I want the double over Liverpool this season in the Premier League. Come on, United. Come on, Casemiro. Come on, Rashford. And come on, Erik. Please. Just humiliate them. I'm not asking for much. Just humiliate them. Please. You let me know what you think about that in the comments below and what your prediction is.